Hi, Caleb with Brownells here, and in today's product spotlight, we're going to be taking a look at some muzzle devices from Breek Arms. So let's just kind of jump into the first of them here. We got a couple to go over, but I have one mounted on this BRN4 upper, and if you notice, there's two wings on it. This is the one that is Breek lock compatible, or uses their Breek lock system. So your next question is, Caleb, what is the Breek lock system? I'm so glad you asked. I know exactly what it is. So the Breek lock is a hub compatible suppressor mount. So Breek Arms, at the time of this video anyways, doesn't make suppressors, but they do make the adapter that is a really good system to kind of set up to mount to your suppressor. So let me just back up here a minute. So most modern suppressors use either what's called, hub compatible, which is the threads in the back of the suppressor, or they make something that makes their suppressor work with the hub system, right? So if you bought a suppressor recently, chances are, and I don't like to talk, and I'm not being absolute here, right? So not every single suppressor uses this, but a lot do. All right, and that's just kind of been how the suppressor industry has been almost standardizing for the most part. But with that being said, this mounts to said hub system. So you can use this, mount it to a bunch of different suppressors. And then Breek makes muzzle devices that interact with this. And it's a pretty nifty little system. So basically, let's say you have a suppressor, right? And you want to have that suppressor fit either one or multiple firearms, doesn't matter, right? So you just get their muzzle devices and put those on your firearms, and now your suppressor will lock on to any of them pretty quick and easy, just like so. Alright, so the way you actually mount this, and I'll just show you real quick here to show you how easy it is and why this is even a thing. It's a thing because it's easy to mount. Alright. Just get those out of the way here. So, if you notice, the two wings on the front of this muzzle device are vertical, okay? And this is a flash hider. They also make a muzzle brake, and they make these for multiple calibers, so you would literally just mount it vertical as well. And you would slide your suppressor on. If you notice, on the Breek lock, there's a little unlocked icon, or engraved little piece into the nitride here, and then you have locked. So you would just literally put the unlocked facing upward. You're going to slide it on. It's a snug fit, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Then you just push and twist. So we push, twist, and it will lock into place. Now the lock is on top, so it's just 90 degrees and you're locked on. And then you can even, grab the suppressor, turn it, and now it's not coming off at all. And then to take it off, you just turn it again, push and twist, and it comes right off. Now, the reason this goes on here so snug is because obviously when you're shooting the suppressor, there's a lot of hot gases, carbon, all that junk's building up everywhere. But if you notice in the front of here, that is a very, very snug fit to that muzzle device. So none of that gas or anything like that's going to get up into the actual system of the lock, fouling it up. Which is why it's so great. It operates nice and clean, easy to take apart and clean as well. You just unscrew it and it comes apart. So that's the Breek lock. A pretty nifty suppressor mounting interface. Alright, now let me set this back down real quick here, and we will talk about the other stuff they've got going on. So these, they make these muzzle devices here, and actually I have one installed. So this is my pistol caliber carbine upper, and I have this muzzle device on it. And I know this is a 16-inch barrel. This system really shines whenever we start getting into the shorter barrels, but I have it on here just because it's a good muzzle device and it works well. If you notice, this one is, of course, 9mm. But these external threads mount to their blast device. So this blast shield screws on. it goes on with those threads. And then on the back here, you notice there's a taper, so it taper locks on there. So it's nice and secure. It's not going to come shooting off or anything like that. And cool thing about this, again, if you have multiple short firearms that you want to put a blast shield on, you can just get the muzzle devices, which the muzzle devices work really well. They're good muzzle devices. And you just buy one of these because you're not going to shoot more than one gun at a time. Most of us, I know I usually don't. But you literally just buy one of these and goes on nice and easy. Swap it between your different firearms. And that's all there is to it. So those are the muzzle devices from Breek Arms. Like I said, they got different styles and calibers than what's shown here. Of course, I'm just showing 223 and 9mm, but they make it for a lot of other stuff that'll work just fine. So with that being said, I mean, you could, what I'm probably going to use as far as just use a 30 cal can, put it on here, and use it on my 30 cal guns and on my 5.56s, because a lot of the time I'm shooting 5.56 through a 30 cal can because I'm weird like that. But 5.56 cans work great too. These will, of course, fit on those. So now I'm just rambling. I'm going to cut it off here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, experience with these products and you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to post them down below. And as always, if you need any help with anything ever for any reason, feel free to give us a call on the tech line. We'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for doing this, and we'll see you next time.